because that was part of what the story was entailing.
He played a black man. He's because Soul Man, that's an old movie.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Man, what was that? He died and then got into the body of a black man?
No. Dang, was it? That probably was it.
I think that was it because it was a white guy. He had the afro and he was blackface.
I thought he put on the blackface to get something like a job position or to get in school. I think that's what it was. And I think that's what they mean by soul man. Kind of like how we be like, hey man, soul man. You know how they said it back in the day. Back in the day, you got soul, man. You got soul, brother. You know, back in the day. That was not my
back
era.
In the day.
That's what I thought by soul. That's what I get from the title of Soul Man.
So it was directed by Steve Miner, and it was Thomas Howell. I don't even remember who that was, but it was to achieve his dream of attending Howard. A pampered teen poses as a young black man to receive a full scholarship.
Yeah, but that's what again, for the story it's been told, I don't see anything wrong with it. Because I think the more issue it is, I think the more issue of it is that who is the director? Is he's black? Because you get a lot of, I think it's more so, hey, it's the white writers or black or white directors who are doing these black faces and saying what black is supposed to be. I think it's more so more so than the actual story that you've been entertained by. And that's what I mean by we're going off of a general of that person and not that person personally. Like we don't know these cats personally, but since they're white writing this, and since they're or since they happen to be a white director and it's going this way, I get it. But if I was to watch this right now and not have this conversation with you, I don't know nothing about the director.
Right.
I wouldn't judge him off the characteristics of white. I talk in general about virtually everything. But for me to put him in the general pot, that would be me doing what they do to us as well. He's white. I don't know this guy personally, but now since he's doing anything black, he's in that general pot. This guy could have grew up around black. Could have, but again, I don't know.
Sounds like you're making a pass for him. Here's my thing.
Okay.
That movie was made in 1986 when people were still smoking in airplanes and smoking in restaurants and children weren't being buckled up into their seatbelts. Okay. So that was a totally different time.
We were rebels back then.
Totally not culturally sensitive to any damn body. Anybody who did it and you just took it. Nobody had rights. So now, do you think that they could remake Soul Man today? No.
I think you could remake anything. No, I think we could remake anything, but that goes off what I just said. No, I don't agree with what I was saying. Like, I know that movie, Soul Man. And I know those are stereotypic things of Soul Man. So I don't agree with what I was saying, but I'm just saying what we do, we take that person and don't know nothing about that person. And you know what? I think it's more of this. I had what is real? Like what we call real. Oh man, be real, man. I'm just keeping it real. Like I think that's just another figure of speech. Yeah, that's just another figure of speech. Nobody really knows what it means to actually be real because they don't participate in their beliefs, which is my way of saying you don't practice what you preach. You just say that phrase, keep it real, because that's what we do. We say that. We say keep it real on a common basis. Now, I hear what you're saying about I'm just coming up with excuses for them. That's why I say I don't agree with what I was saying either, because I know that movie. I've seen that. It was a long time ago, but I know that movie. But as far as let's just say that person did grow up in the hood, the director. He know about black, he know about this. Sure, he hung around blacks all the time, but he just happened to be white. Now, for him to put all this stuff in the movie, stereotypic stuff, to me, that would be him not being real, because you didn't practice what you preach. You didn't participate in your beliefs of this being a stereotype. because now this is a movie. This is a movie now. That means you had to put this in this movie in order for it to get played, in order for it to get seen, in order for Paramount or in order for Lionsgate, whoever put down money on this, in order for them to participate in this movie, for you to get funding for this movie, you had to go against your beliefs and throw in these stereotypic tropes in order for you to blow up. That to me is not being real.
But being real is about just being honest. Just honest
Yeah.
to the situation. But so, wait a minute. So Soul Man, maybe
I
he
don't remember
did.
too much of the movie, but I do remember seeing the movie a couple of times.
Well, I remember just enough that it is a white man doing out, like you said, stereotypical black gestures and phrases and interactions in order to get into Howard. So let's say he did grow up in the hood and around the black folks. Maybe the real reality is that's how he saw black folks.
Oh, could be. Yes.
Right. So
Could
this
be.
is how they
Yeah.
act, because I don't see where anybody else. So Carol Black was the writer and is a white woman. So these were two white folks making a movie about black being black. And let's did grow up in the hood, but maybe that's how they experience black folks. Because what is it when you got white folks that grow up in the hood, they become like the hood.
They still look corny as heck though, being themselves. Even if being themselves is hood because they grew up in the hood, they still look corny because they do their hood or they be themselves in a white way.
With a hood twist. With a hood twist. I mean, when you see white folks that act, or what we call like act black, they always act. You don't see anybody that acts like, I don't know, let's name a black person, Morgan Freeman.
Nope.
They always go to the opposite end and act like Jerome and them.
Yep.
They act out like the worst parts of how they view blackness.
Yep.
In my opinion. Right. So let's say he grew up in the hood and then he saw the stereotypes and then made it into a movie. Does that make it okay?
No.
Oh.
No. No, that's why I said he wouldn't, to me, that wouldn't be keeping it real.
But it's real to him.
Look, it ain't real to him. It ain't real to him. You try to do what you said I was doing. Get this for a pass. It ain't real to him. Like, look, I've been said on this show many times, we all walk the same streets. We may be suburban, it may be urban, it may even be in the country somewhere. We all still walk the same streets, whether us coming to visit y'all out there or you coming to visit us out here. We all on 96 highway. We all on 696. We all on the same streets. For you not to see what the heck is happening, you the nigga then to me. It's like, what the heck? It's like white people are, I stated this on so many times as well. White people are raised to be racist or raised to ignore racism. And that is, what you just said to me, is for him to grow up in the hood and for you to see black people like this, and this is your portrayal of it. This is, hey, we call it truth today. This is my truth. This is my truth. Well, blah, blah, blah with truth. No, that's not truth to me. That's just your that's exactly. That's what I will call an observation, and you just happen to speak upon it. And, but yeah, no, he knows. He knows. He knows. That's why I said he ain't being real, because in order for this to get seen, like if I got a thing with black cinema, I really don't care for it.
What?
I really don't care for it. Yes, I don't care for it, but I understand. I explained that on I had a Lovecraft Country episode, and I thought that's the best black cinema I've ever watched in my entire life. But the reason why I don't care for it, I ain't saying I don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love for us to continue to make our stuff, but in order for our stuff to get seen, we got to go the route of what I said that white person had to do. If he was being real or preaching a real thing, this is how he grew up in the hood. I grew up in the hood too, or I grew up in the neighborhood too. This is my portrayal of what I seen from my perspective, even though I grew up in the hood as well. Come on, for you so I forget where I was going. What was I talking about?
So I'm caught on
Oh,
how
black
you don't
cinema.
like black
Black
cinema.
cinema. Yeah.
So wait a minute.
Black,
Wait a minute.
go ahead.
So,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
so
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay because
Mm-hmm.
communication is about clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Communication belongs to the receiver. I just received that message.
Yeah,
so when you say black cinema, what specifically are we talking about?
All of black cinema.
Damn.
All of black cinema, because the way they portray it to us is that we don't have no imagination. We always got to insert black hood in our cinema in order for it to get played. Like, we are the writers and directors of our stuff, but yet we never win at the end of our movies. We always still get the bad end of it. We rarely see sci-fi. We rarely, if it ain't comedy or hood, that's what black cinema is. Again, I do understand our turmoil or our what we have to go through in order for black cinema to be black cinema. I understand where we're coming from. So I'm not saying I don't like it on that level. I just don't like seeing boys in the hood over and over and over, Minister Society over and over and over.
Well, I mean, who is it? Peele is doing a pretty good job right now creating unique sci-fi with BIPOC folks.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a very. Do you enjoy his cinema?
Oh yes, he instantly became. I'm a horror fanatic, and
Me
instantly
too.
became one of my in my top five. Instantly became in my top five of horror writers and directors. So, but again, I mean, it's not like that like per se. It's very few of them that I come across that I'd be like, like, we do white people stuff in movies, and that just gets on my nerves a lot. Like, come on, like, think a little bit. But also, when it comes to movie or cinema in a whole pot, stories get told in what I call the stupid formula. That is all the tropes that we see in movies, part of the stupid formula. One of the biggest things to me is peripherals. And what I mean by peripherals, I mean vision peripherals. Like, come on. Like, I can see a nice amount on a Saturn. Like, just looking at you right now, like, my hand is way over here. You can't see it, and it's way off the screen, but I can still see my hand filling in his fingers right now, like, from my peripherals. None of that in the movie. There's none of that in any type of cinema. And that, to me, takes a lot out of the same old storytelling. The same old storytelling. We get told movies, like, I use this movie as an example. You seen Baby's Day Out?
Who?
It's a movie called Baby's Day Out.
Baby's Day Out. I think I might have seen that. It's an old movie.
Old school, yup. I want to say mid-90s, when the baby got kidnapped by these three guys, and
I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, to me, I like to use that one as an example. I know it's a comedy, but a lot of movies get told within the same type of formula, which, again, I call it the stupid formula. Nobody can see this baby crawling across a 15-lane speedway. Like, nobody can see this baby. It's at a car's truck just rolling over the baby because the truck sit high enough to roll over the baby without killing it. It just goes right over it. I mean, nobody can see this kid crawling. People are even walking across the street and nobody can see them about to step on this kid with high heels, Timberland boots. This baby is